Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and look, here's the situation. As I told you, they were going to incrementally ramp up the situation in the Gulf. And a lot of people said, out of the gates when they saw this black and white footage, that, hey, this is obviously fake, this isn't real. And I pointed out some pretty poignant things in my video. It was over here. We're going to check it out. Where is it? Why is Fox News the only one asking the relevant question? Now go watch this. And I say, look, there's a lot of possibilities here, but there is the possibility that this is exactly what they're saying it is. What do I mean? Well, listen to what Pompeo has said about that video. Number one, I pointed out that the footage, the 240p footage, was laughable, that obviously they must have something else. That's not what the technology is. And lo and behold, all of a sudden, we get color photographs of, the same event. I told, some people were trying to say it was old stock footage, this and that. So now we have this. Obviously, this is video footage. They have color video, just like I thought. But what does this show? This shows at the very best, a reconnaissance mission. That's all it is. It doesn't show you anything else. These people are trying to say that because if this is the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, we'll see what else they produce, right? That because there was an exploded limpet mine, apparently, and then what appears to be a limpet mine on there, and that boat went up and took it off as a reconnaissance mission, that means they planted it there. That makes no sense. Why would you go back to the scene of the crime? It's beyond words. And, we've already done, again, if you want to see real work on this subject, we've been plotting it out. If you want to see how Pompeo, from the mouth of Pompeo right there, go check that video out if you're a new subscriber, please. He can't even keep a straight face when he blames these Gulf attacks on Iran. Now, just yesterday on top of that, 1,000 more troops sent. 1,000 more troops. We already had 1,500. We already had other ships accompanying the Abraham Lincoln, which was already scheduled to go in that region. We've discussed that. All right. And we're ramping it up just today. I'm going to read this because, again, we got a little bit more propaganda here. U.S. Navy presents evidence of Iran's role in the attack on tankers. This is fresh. This is actually out of Bloomberg, and this occurred just earlier today. It's 10:30 a.m. Eastern time as we're streaming this live. So very early this morning, this is what was said. A U.S. Navy investigator presented what he said was evidence of Iran's involvement in the attacks on the tankers near the Persian Gulf, laying out the most detailed assessment that's been made public since the incident raised tensions in the region earlier this month. Commander Sean Kitto, an explosives expert at the Bahrain-based 5th Fleet, said the attack on the Japanese-operated vessel, the Kakuko Courageous, the one we're talking about with the limpet mines, was carried out by a limpet mine planted on the tanker's body above the waterline. Speaking to reporters on Wednesday at the U.S. Naval Forces Central Command facility near the port of Fujairah in the United Arab Emirates, Kitto said the team of investigators were able to recover a magnet used to attach the limpet mine to the skin of the ship. It also retrieved a handprint, as well as fingerprints near the spot where the magnet was found. All very bizarre, but let's go over here because you can see what he's talking about, the magnet that this was presented. See, this is it right here. So again, I don't know what evidence they say they have that they did this attack. If the video is real, which it more and more looks like, I said again and again, guys, you got to watch what you say out there. All right, check this out. Again, go check it out. It's let's stop this. Why Fox News is the only one asking relevant questions. It's a real video. It really needs to get out there because they're the only ones asking real questions. And by the way, there's a lot of spin in there as well. But when you look at that video, I said, they probably have something else, and it could be what they're saying, a reconnaissance mission. So let's continue here. All right. The limpet mine was used in that was used in the attacks is indistinguishable, and it's also strikingly bearing. bearing a resemblance to Iranian mines that have already been publicly displayed in Iranian military parades, Kiddo said. We recovered biometric information which can be used to build a criminal case to hold the individual responsible. You notice how, he's not saying that he believes it was Iran or the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, or that if they have any evidence of that at all. They say they have a magnet from a limpet mine that was recovered, that didn't explode. Still, he stopped short of directly blaming Iran and presented no evidence about a second attack that same day on the Norwegian-owned Front Altair ship. Read more as U.S. boasts pressure. Iran tests Trump's appetite for a fight. Listen, we'll stop it there because I want to show you the video now of Pompeo and Trump talking about this. Pompeo. Listen, before we get to that video, let's just do a little a reminder of Mikey P, okay? Ex-CIA director.
I was the CIA director. We lied, we cheated, we stole.
What was that, Mike? I'm sorry, it was low.
I was the CIA director. We lied, we cheated, we stole.
It's hilarious.
Like, we had entire training courses.
You gotta love people clapping at a world-class criminal that is now one of the architects for what is going on in the Gulf. There will be no cakewalk if there's a real military intervention. Look at me now. Not a cakewalk. Not Iraq. Not Afghanistan. I promise you that. Not even Syria. This is very scary stuff. And you think Russia is just going to allow this? And China's just going to allow this? Right now, it's the UK and Saudi Arabia backing this intelligence. All right, let's go back to little Mikey P. Okay, one more time. What's that, Mikey?
I was the CIA director. We lied, we cheated, we stole. It was like we had entire training courses.
This guy right here, him, he's Donnie Deep State. He's not a good person, okay? He's a neocon. Him and Mustachio Bolton, they've wanted this for a very, very, very long time, I promise you. And Mikey P over here, he was on the Billy Bilderberg boat, giving speeches at castles, unannounced. C-SPAN covered that. They actually showed him coming into Switzerland to meet Kushner, and they talked about it. But it was spun a lot of other places. They're not reported at all.
We have been engaged in many messages, even this moment right here, communicating to Iran that we are there to deter aggression. President Trump does not want war, and we will continue to communicate that message while doing the things that are necessary to protect American interests in the region.
So wait on one second. I don't think that Trump wants war, by the way, but I think that these people around him very much do. And they're putting it in his head more and more and more. And they're showing him things and telling him, we know it's Iran. We know it's Iran. I don't understand why he, trusts the same military community that framed him up in a Russia hoax. I don't get it. There's not a lot of difference here. He hasn't done that many great things. And foreign policy is his weakest. And listen, you listen to what he has to say here. And you tell me if this builds confidence.
As he set off for a rally, President Trump talked tough, but avoided specifics.
We're looking at Iran. We have a lot of things going with Iran. We're very prepared for Iran. We'll see what happens. But let me just say this. We are very prepared. Regardless of what goes, we are very, very prepared. If you look at what's taken place, if you look at what they've done, if you look at, and I'm not just talking about over the last week, I'm talking about over a long period of years. They've been a nation of terror.
Listen to that rhetoric. Does that build confidence in anybody? A nation of terror. The last domino to fall, according to Wesley Clark's 5-year plan, post-September 11th. Remember when he talked about that? Sudan, Syria, Iraq. Iran on there? Yep. Libya? Falling. Gone. One left they really, really want. Nation of terror.
Now we'll see what happens.
Iran.
Ugh. And Pompeo, again, oh, come on, man. Just give me a break here. Get out of here. Pompeo's not running for Senate? No, of course not. They're depending on Trump to win in 2020, and possibly we're in a military conflict before that. Again, I talked about this yesterday in some of my videos. By the way, guys, did 5 videos yesterday. I keep going back over here. Did 5 videos yesterday, doing 7 some days, 4, 6. I'm going to try to do as many as I possibly can on relevant subjects. Please subscribe if you're not. Join the Burmese Brigade. But I talked about how, you have a more than 2-week conference coming up with a lot of right-wing, I guess, type figures at the Bohemian Grove that has very, very historical significance and very, very big power players that come in and out of there over that 2+ week period. And if you don't think they're going to be talking about that kind of foreign policy and what could be going on in the Gulf region, I got news for you. They are. And that's something people are ignoring as well. So I don't know that we're going to be full board before August, but post-August, watch out. Keep an eye on these guys. Hold them accountable. Where is the evidence? So far, I've seen evidence of a boat that they're saying is the Iranian Revolutionary Guard and may well be going to get what they're telling me is a limpet mine. All right? And it could be all those things. But what is that? It's a reconnaissance mission. It's not a reason to escalate a military conflict. It's not evidence that the Iranian Revolutionary Guard caused any kind of harm to any of these boats in that region. We should have that evidence. Do you not agree? Guys, I want to thank you for joining me. I keep going there. Please subscribe if you're not. Join the Burmese Brigade. Ring that bell for notifications so you can join the party live. I'm doing long-form interviews. I'm doing deep dives. I'm doing news that matters. So please support me. And guys, independent media, it's tough out there. I promise you. That is why the only way I'm doing this now is on my own. I am trying to do a monthly GoFundMe to raise $5,000 a month. That's $60,000 a year. That's like $40K after taxes. So I can bring you this stuff 7 days a week. In mass, 30 to 50 videos a week. Plus, I'm going to try to even improve on that. If we can get to over $5,000 revenue, maybe I can go on location once a month. That's something I'm really looking forward to. I'm trying to grow this channel. Once we hit 30K, we can do even more. We're talking t-shirt shop. We're talking, well, maybe. We're talking memberships. And remember, I want to stay on this platform. You got to understand, I'm going to be expanding even more to BitChute. I have a BitChute channel, but this is a platform that I think we need to engage the conversation. And you don't understand how YouTube, how big it is. And we want to reach people. Why do we want to deter people from looking at this stuff? The more people that see and understand the lunacy and the lies of the military-industrial complex, the better. And we should all be working towards that goal. And I don't want to. I don't want a military conflict that they say they have authorization for because of the Military Authorization Act of 2001, a week after that September event. I don't want it. I don't think that's lawful. And, Rand Paul, where are you? I haven't heard you say anything in the escalation to this. You really need to come out and speak up because we need people like you. We need you out there. So once again, if you can, it's in the description. I'm going to pop it into the live stream. $1, $2, coffee, $5. Buy me a Big Mac. Help me out. Support independent media. I really appreciate it, guys. Much love out there. And I'll see you later today because it's early and there's a lot of news out there. So peace out, Cub Scouts.